Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another reading. So I wasn't going to do this reading, at least not today, but I figured that because I'm so busy for the next few days, it's probably best if I do do this reading. So we have 6 piles today. We're going to be finding out, what is your reputation? And also, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for 11,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me, because I do remember starting this channel and just thinking like, oh, I don't want anyone to see my readings. I just kind of like doing this for fun, and whoever sees it, sees it. And then boom, like from 0 to 11,000 is just shocking to me. So I really am grateful for you guys. If you guys want a personal reading, just email me. And if you want to join this channel's membership, feel free to join in the link in the description and in the comment section down below. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to say other than I love you guys. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I do pick-up piles on there, but they're like written format. It's Gemini Empress 818. I don't have any TikTok, so I'm even considering deleting my personal TikTok. But I also have another Instagram where it's just me. So that's all _that_ish_. Okay, so I've got to say 4 piles, 6 piles. Pile 1 is creative ingenuity. Pile 2 is stagnation reversed. Pile 3 is confidence. And pile 4 is happiness. Pile 5 is deceit. And pile 6 is protection. You guys can choose more than one pile, and sometimes if you feel drawn to more, then just go for it. Okay, I'm gonna start. So all right, so pile 1, 1 minute and 57 seconds. You guys chose creative ingenuity, which is the spider and the passion flower. So what is your reputation? We have rest. May you find moments of serenity. We have 18, step away from the crowd. Some of you guys could be 18, or you guys could be born on the 18th. It doesn't have to be the case, but 1 is a number of new portals and new beginnings, independence, and 8 is a number of abundance. Add 8 and 1 together, you get 9, which is endings, okay? Step away from the crowd. Yeah, definitely part of your reputation, you've changed. People do see you as changed. You may come across as a lot more independent. You may have grown up with a set of beliefs, maybe religion, or grown up believing something specific, or being taught to live a certain way, and now you've broken away from that. That's part of your reputation. I'm already picking up. We have the ancient tree, growth, strength, and connection to nature. We have 3 of Cups, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water sign energy. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have sex, and then we have fear. Okay. I'm not getting that sex message, literally, by the way. I'm not getting it's anything to do with what you do in the bedroom. I'm getting your reputation is about your pleasure, things that you enjoy, the finer things in life, or the things that just give you pleasure, really. Like, it's more like a sacral chakra energy. But you do have sex appeal, guys. So your reputation is you are very sexy because of the way you carry yourself. It's got nothing to do with how you dress. It's more to do with how you carry yourself. You guys are very classy people. But this sex is also coming from pleasure. You guys are not afraid to go after the things that truly make you happy, even if it may seem competitive, even if it may seem out of reach. If it brings you joy, you're going to go for it. Okay. We do have fear though. So you guys are the type of people that people feel like even if something is uncomfortable for you, or you fear something, you like to face your fears. Of course, you'll be cautious with it, but you're ready to dive into it if it means that it's going to achieve something bigger. Okay. We do have growth, strength, and connection to nature. So yeah, I was getting from just the 18 card alone, step away from the crowd, that you guys are these types of people that you're not afraid to go into self-development. You're not afraid to change things that you don't like about yourself. You're not afraid to admit your wrongs. You're not afraid to grow and transform. You guys are giving Scorpio energy, but also Sagittarius energy, Gemini energy, where you're able to transform yourself and learn from it and move forward instead of hold on to things. It's almost like a death and rebirth. Some of you guys, people feel like you've gone through some sort of spiritual awakening where you're very different to how you used to be. And I know there are no 5s here, but that's the energy I was getting from step away from the crowd, because you may isolate yourself a lot. Some of you guys are introverted. So you may like to rest and recharge away from people. People feel like when you're with them, it's like you don't spend as much time with them. You're able to be social enough to have a conversation and bring good vibes. But when it comes to actually keeping you there, like you guys are always in a rush. You always like to be on your own. You're basically a lone wolf. At least that's just how people are perceiving you. Very introverted, and you march to the beat of your own drum. You're a big individualistic person. Like, you don't feel like you need to follow the crowd. You don't need to feel like you have to conform to what everybody else is doing. Some of you guys could have Aquarius in your chart as well, but you like to just live your life the way you want to live your life, and you don't really care about other people's opinions, and people love that. People also recognize you as someone who's very abundant. So it doesn't have to mean that you are rich, but it's like you're never without. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they just got you. Especially if you run out of money, like out of nowhere, money just comes out of the blue. And low key, I can relate to that. A lot of people think that's cap, but it's really not. Like, I've had people be like, okay, well, if you can manifest this. It's like, I don't manifest when I'm being told to manifest. Like, it's just, it comes at the right time. When I really need something, boom, all of a sudden it works its way out. It's not like on command, it just happens, and you guys could have that same energy. So you guys are seen as very much lone wolf, independent. You march to the beat of your own drum. You can't be manipulated, or you're not really tempted to join the masses. You just like to live your life the way you want to live your life, and people love that. You're always ready to hustle and grind and self-develop yourself in order to get what you want to get in life. You're not afraid to walk away from people, cut people off if you need to, and people really respect that. They admire that because it's something that some people find really hard to do. If you have to cut people off, so be it. You are the type of person that you prioritize your mental health over, oh, but they're your friends, oh, but they're your family, oh, but this is your job, oh, but that's your lover. You're like, my mental health comes first. Okay, so we have, 3 of Cups. Yeah, people feel like you're a great friend. You know how to have a great time. If you want to have a great time, you're going to have a great time. You're a great friend. You're a great company to be around. But you just require a lot of alone time, recharging. Okay, you may get drained by people easily. But people always see you as someone who, you're always having something to celebrate. Like, you're always being invited out, you're always doing something. But then people also at the same time find you so hard to pin down. It's like they see you enjoying life, enjoying pleasure, enjoying yourself, but for some reason it's like they can't really have a conversation with you or get you to hang out with them long enough for them to feel like, okay, they've really savored the moments with you, okay? People see you as a low-key perfectionist. Like, when you have something you need to do, it's like you ignore everything else to focus on that one thing. So you could be tunnel visioned. Some of you guys could have Virgo in your chart, but it's like you take so much caution and precision when it comes to the things that you really do want to work out in your life. People also see you as very patient, very methodical. People also acknowledge that you have really healthy boundaries, okay? We also have rest. So yeah, you guys are not afraid to put yourself first. If you are overworking yourself, you're not afraid to say, yeah, I need to rest. This is too much. Even if it's at the expense of like, oh, but then what if people get upset that you don't want to hang out, or get upset? Like, you're like, so be it. I would not be surprised if this is the power where you leave people undelivered. Sorry, not undelivered. You leave people undelivered. Like, you may not answer their texts or their calls, or you may ignore calls if you feel like you don't have the energy. You're not afraid to prioritize resting yourself up for the greater good of yourself, okay? I also calculated, you guys, again, with this creative ingenuity, your reputation is you are someone who knows how to solve problems. Not just your own problems, but other people's problems. And it's not just because you're analytical and intelligent, but it's also because like your spirit team have got your back. Like, they always find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Maybe you guys have affirmations, and the only reason why I say that is because I do that. Whenever I feel stuck in a situation, I'm like, when there's a will, there's a way. As in, like, if I don't know the solution will somehow come to me if I remain calm. And it usually does. So you guys could be the type of people that, like, you're just very much like, you always find a way out of your problems, okay? But yeah, you don't let fear hold you back. People acknowledge that you may have fears. Some of you may have social anxiety, but you still go out to a party, you still enjoy yourself. If you're like me, who's an artist, you may have social anxiety. You may feel really uncomfortable and awkward around people, but you're not afraid to perform. So people feel like even though you may have some fears and some setbacks, you don't allow it to stop you from having fun and enjoying yourself, okay? But you also need a lot of rest time. You're very analytical, you're very intelligent, and you're into self-development, and you're a great friend, okay? You always bring good vibes. So even if you guys go through something catastrophic, you're that type of person that you don't want to bring your problems to other people. You'd rather just isolate yourself, solve it, and then come back out in the open. Don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but people admire that, okay? But that's all I'm getting for pile number 1. Let me know if that resonates with you. I'm going to move on to the next pile. Don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment down below, turn your post notifications on. If you want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the link is in the description. I'm so sorry that I feel so rushed. I could have gone into more depth, but I just feel like I talk so much. Okay, pile 2, 10 minutes and 40 seconds. You guys chose Stagnation Reverse. This is the lizard and the pitcher plant. Okay, we have Stillness. May you be just as you are. I'm hearing this song by Bruno Mars, Because You're Amazing Just the Way You Are, okay? Maybe that's because it's just as you are, okay? We have 57. Some of you guys could be 57, but you don't have to be. 5 is all about change, and 7 is all about learning. 5 plus 7 together is 12, which rounds back to 3, which is all about support, friendships, foundations, okay? But because of the 5 and the 7, you guys, your reputation is that you're learning to change parts of yourself that may have been overly accommodating to others, and you're starting to accept more support from others, okay? Or maybe you've come to that realization, because we do have Call Your Spirit Home. Okay, you guys are being seen as someone who's coming to realizations about the real world, and you're no longer being naive or hoodwinked or taken advantage of when it comes to your kindness and your empathy, okay? We have the Zodiac Circle, astrological influences and guidance. For some of you, your reputation is that you're really into astrology, and some people find it weird and annoying, and some people find it really fascinating as to why you're interested in it. But for others of you, when it comes to this Zodiac circle, astrological influences, your reputation is that whatever star sign you are, you act just like that star sign. Like, you're a stereotype of your star sign. Like, say for example, let me roast everyone equally. If you are an Aries, you may have the stereotypical traits of being very dominant or assertive, argumentative even. If you're a Taurus, you may have the stereotype of being stubborn or very hardworking and loyal, grounded. If you are a Gemini, you may have the reputation of being very much indecisive, yet intelligent, creative, manipulative maybe. If you are a Cancer, you have the stereotype of being very emotional, very sensitive. If you have the star sign of being a Leo, you have this reputation of being very bold, very courageous, very confident, very main character energy-esque. If you have the star sign of Virgo, your stereotype is you're very analytical, you're very perfectionist, OCD almost. If you have the stereotype of being a Libra, you're known to be very beautiful, very loving of peace, justice, fairness, groundedness. If you guys have the zodiac sign of Scorpio, you guys may have the stereotype of being very mysterious, someone who's also very good in bed, but also very secretive overall, maybe someone who can hold a grudge, obsessive. If you guys are Sagittarius, you guys have the stereotype of being very adventurous, very independent and traveler-esque, positive-minded. If you guys are Capricorn, you guys may have the stereotype of being very hardworking, very grounded, very loyal, stable, all about that money, work ethic on point. If you guys are the stereotype of Aquarius, you guys are very innovative, unconventional, humanitarian, march to the beat of your own drum, intelligent. And lastly, if you're a Pisces, you could have the stereotype of being very intuitive, very creative, very emotional, okay? So whatever star sign you are, you're seen as your star sign, okay? But for others of you, if you're into star signs and you do post about that or you do share that a lot, people just see you as that, yeah, that's that star sign woman or man. We also have the 6 of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I had a feeling pile 2 would have water in it. And then we have the King of Cups energy, which is also water sign energy. We have I Miss You, and we have third party. Yeah, third party is making me think of the support. So your reputation is that you are that person that people always go to for support. You're that type of person where if someone needs an extra boost or someone needs an extra piece of advice or comfort or assistance, they're going to go to you. You are that third party that always intervenes to make things right. Some of you could be, this is very random, some of you could be good at matchmaking or finding friends to connect with other friends, like bridging two people together or bridging two lovers together. You're the plug. You're good at finding opportunities for others, or you're good at sharing whatever you got going on so you can help other people. Like, you're a great source of support. But this third party is also coming through to me as you are that person that you are a temptation to other people in a relationship. As in, even if someone is taken, they may find you really attractive and you may be seen as a threat. So because of that, people may treat you a certain way, or they may hide details of their love towards you, or they may be just worried that you could steal that person, right? But I'm also getting, it's also the first scenario with the support. Especially with the call yourself home, people see you as someone who you're so used to being supportive and loving and caring. Sometimes your caringness and your friendliness can be mistaken as flirting, and that's not your fault. People end up falling for you based upon your good nature, but you could have just been wanting to be a nice person, right? But people feel like you're coming to this realization that you give, and you don't really receive much. So you could be being selective with who you want to speak to, who you want to help, who you want to support now, because you realize, I got to change the game. I can't be giving away so much help and also not be appreciated by it, okay? And not even offered that same help in return, okay? You're being seen as someone who's very nostalgic. Like, people really do miss you. Pile 2. People think about you a lot. All the exes that have ever had you, or anyone from the past, they do miss you. You are that one that got away. You are that one that haunts people, because your love is so unique. It's so genuine. It's so full that there are not many people like that in this world. So whenever someone does have access to it, they may take advantage of it. But when they lose it, they always regret it, and they realize that there is no one like Pile 2. You are on a lot of people's minds, Pile 2. People really do miss your energy. They miss the vibrant side of you. They miss the caring side of you, the loving side of you. Some of you guys could have been a bit more outgoing before, but now you've kind of simmered down a bit, settled down a bit, and people really miss that side where you had great memories. Because I'm hearing, if happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. You have people who regret fumbling the bag with you, if I'm going to be honest, Pile 2. Okay, people really do miss you. We have I miss you, yeah, literally. People are in relationships, they're forced to move on with their life because they fumbled you. Like, what can they do, you know? People really like the fact that you're very intuitive, you're very emotionally intelligent, and you're very compassionate, you're very caring, humanitarian-esque, but you're also someone who, you may have a poker face, you may not show much emotion in your face, but you feel so much in depth, but you may not show it. So you're that type of person where your actions just show that you care, you love, everything's genuine, but your face may just be like, but people can sense it. Because I say that because the King of Cups is someone who feels a lot, but they may not express it much. But you feel a lot. People realize in the past, anyone who's hurt you, they realize that they really did hurt you a lot, but you may have been strong and felt like, I don't want to show any sign of weakness, you know? I would not be surprised if a majority of this pile is like women who have masculine energy, as in women who are so loving and caring, but they've been taught to fend for themselves because nobody was there for them, so they had to be strong. But it didn't take away your humanitarian energy. It didn't take away your humanity. You still are loving. You still nurture other people, even though you felt like you weren't given that same nurture in return, okay? We do have stillness, yeah. So people may feel like, some people when they meet you, especially the first people, they may assume that you're numb. Okay, the people who don't know you, they may assume that you're numb, because we have stillness. You may be just here as you are. But for people who do know you, they know that with you, like, you have a lot of depth to you, that you have a lot of love to you, but you may just be the type of person where, like, you may freeze up and be like, you know what, I'm not going to react right now. I'm going to take my time to process things and then react. You're not basically an impulsive person. That's your reputation. You take things to process. We do have stagnation reverse. So maybe this is reminding me of this card where it did say, call your spirit home. I do hear my baby crying. I will be back because I don't like to edit my videos. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'll be back. Sorry, guys. I am back. Shout out to anyone who didn't disappear and was patient with me. Yeah, so my son, he just really wanted a nap. He was just tired, very moody. But anyways, we have stagnation. So people may have seen you as someone who was very naive at some point, and when you went through trials and tribulations, you lamented on them, you harped on them, even though there may have been solutions to get out of the situation. You may have stayed, and people see you as someone you're no longer wanting to be that person. It's like you've unstuck yourself, if that makes sense, if that's even a word. Like you've got out of stagnation. Like now it's like you refuse to put yourself in situations that compromise your mental health and your respect and your love. So it's like now you've made peace with whatever's happened in the past and you're able to move forward, and people are seeing that as your reputation. But in general, people who don't know you think you're very numb. But people who do know you know that you just process your emotions differently, and maybe it doesn't come off hysterically, like you don't burst out crying when something bad happens in front of them, but you do feel it internally and you move accordingly. People feel like you process things very maturely. And because again, the King of Cups, you guys are emotionally mature and intelligent. Okay, so you'll come to that realization of, let me be more selective with who deserves my love and who doesn't. So, whoever doesn't, I'll keep my distance from them. And whoever's appreciated my support can have it, and whoever doesn't appreciate it won't have it. But you're also learning to allow yourself to step into your feminine energy and receive that same support that you give. But yeah, you some of you are known as that zodiac person, but others of you is more of a case of like you act like your stereotypical sign. But yeah, you're someone who a lot of people do cherish and do miss. But they often have to lose you to then remember that, okay? That's all I'm getting. Let me know what you think about that. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. Subscribe. Post notifications on. If you want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join this channel's membership, the link is in the description down below, okay? So we have pile 3, 2244. Okay, you guys chose confidence, the bull and the pumpkin. What's your reputation, pile 3? We have kindred. May you enjoy heartfelt connections. We have 53. Some of you guys could be 53 or 35. You don't have to be though. 5 is all about change, and 3 is all about foundations and network and support. And 3 plus 5 is 8, which is abundance. Okay. We have take no offense. Okay. We have the hidden garden, inner beauty, hidden talents. Okay. I heard bossed up, and I heard it in that accent. Okay, we have the star card, which is Aquarius energy, air sign energy, and then we have the world, which is Sagittarius energy. Okay, and fire. I was getting that vibe. And we have opportunity, then we have loyal. Ooh, child. What's your reputation, pile 3? You are someone who's very confident, and that's not just because of the confidence card here, but you come across as confident because you don't really see anyone as a threat. When you see someone doing better than you, or someone's in a position that you want, or doing a certain thing that you want, or you just simply admire someone, you get inspired. You gas that person up and you become inspired. You don't get bitter. You don't get, I wish that was me. You're really happy for others, okay? I'm also getting you have a reputation for taking criticism. Sometimes people feel like they're giving criticism, but in reality, they're not. Some people just trying to hate on you, but they disguise it as criticism. And you guys know the difference because you're very secure in yourselves. Okay, or at least that's just how your reputation is coming across. It could be cap. This whole reading could be cap. You could be thinking, that is not me, or I don't think I come off that way, but you just never know, okay? However, people assume that you are secure in yourself, okay? Because even when people do give you criticism, you just take it on the chin. You're like, okay, cool. If someone tries to sneak diss you, you're like, bitch, what? It's kind of like the hate comment that I came across the other day. It's like, bitch, what? But I digress. But I feel like in a workplace setting, if someone wants to give you healthy criticism where they tell you there's a solution to what you need to work on, then most of the time you're like, yeah, cool. All right, cool. I'll work on that. Like, you guys want to get better. Criticism, I can't believe I'm having to say this in a reading because some people don't know the difference. Criticism isn't saying, oh my God, that's horrible. That's hideous. That's ugly. That's not criticism. That's just insults. That's it. However, a criticism would be, you know what? This thing would look better if you did it more like this, or if you added this, it would look so much more better. It would really enhance it. That's criticism, because it provides a solution. Do you see what I'm saying? Or if you were to work on something, it's like, oh, okay, I've written an essay. Okay, cool. In this essay, you've done this correctly, or this really stood out to me. However, if you build upon this and you expand this, it would really take it up a notch. That is criticism. Okay, and you can deliver the truth without having to be a bitch sometimes, you know. And I'm so surprised I have to spell that out for people, because some people feel like if they bully people, then that's criticism, and like, oh, it will help them, it will make them better. It doesn't. It really doesn't, and it's not necessary. But regardless of how people want to give criticism or actual criticism, you don't take it offensively, because we have to take no offense. No one can pull you out of your zone. Like even if people want to sneak diss you, like you may be the pile that you have a lot of accolades, you've achieved a lot for yourself, and a lot of people do get jealous of you. And as a way to make themselves feel like they have some sort of leverage over you, they will correct everything you do. It's kind of like say for example, right? Someone in the class may be, I don't know, an immigrant, and English is not their first language, but then maybe they are getting A stars, A's, B's in their grading with their work. The person who's born native and to that country, that land, and their native language is that language, they may feel like, let me correct that person's English because it makes me feel like I'm smarter than them. Yet the whole time, that child that may be an immigrant is just like, okay, cool. Thank you. Now I can work on it. But the intention behind correcting that child isn't coming from, I want you to be better. It's coming from, I want to feel like I can tell you what to do because I am better than you. It's all about intention, right? Regardless, you're that type of person that's like, I don't take any offense to it. If anything, you're helping me be better. So help me be better, And it's because you guys are very confident. You're willing to change things about yourself and use that as a form of support to build upon it, okay? Especially when it comes to abundance. If you feel like you can have more of something and it requires being criticized, you're like, okay, cool. Like, let me take this criticism in so I can be better, okay? So you don't take anything personally. We do have kindred, may enjoy heartfelt connections. If you guys are in a relationship, a lot of people feel like your relationship is very genuine. It's very heartfelt. It's very authentic. It's very rare. Not many people get to find a love like this. And that's because of who you are. Like sometimes people look at other people and they're like, how come they have this? What do they have to do to get this? Do they have to resort to being a horrible person to get this? Did they resort to this? Did they resort to that? But well and truly, you guys are just blessed people. You're good people, good vibes. So, you admit that energy and then it returns tenfold, But if you're not in a relationship, people feel like you're the type of person that they could have a relationship with and they would have something of depth. This is not just about romance, but this is even about friendships. Like, I feel like the friends that you have, they feel like your friendship is very genuine, as in you're a very genuine person. They feel very deeply connected to you. I'm also getting for a lot of people, they want to have a deep connection to you, but you may just be a little bit reserved or very busy, or there's something about you that just says hard to access. I don't know what it is. But we do have the star card and I will get into that. But yeah, you're the type of person people want a heartfelt connection with, a deeper connection with, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships. People feel like you are that type of person that on the surface you appear one way, but the more they get to know you, they start to see that you have more to depth than what you show. So we do have inner beauty, hidden talents, okay? So yeah, people don't get to see the crazy, fun, amazing side of you. They get to see the more watered down, a bit more okay, I'll show you a little bit of a sneak peek, but you don't get the full access to my personality. But people want to get the full access to your personality. They have a feeling that you are very different with the way you behave compared to who you're with. Say for example, if you already have a tight-knit circle, you're your wacky self in front of them, or if you're in a relationship, you are your wacky self in front of your person. But when you're with other people that you're not very close to, you may just give a little bit of a sneak peek, but you just don't show too much, okay? People feel like you're not only attractive on the outside, especially with the star card, you're not only beautiful on the outside, but you're also beautiful on the inside, because we do have inner beauty. They feel like it's very rare to find someone as attractive as you, but is also very humble, very genuine, very down to earth, especially with all this garden. It makes me think of Taurus energy, like someone who's very down to earth. or any earth sign for that matter, like you guys just come across as people where it's weird because people assume because of how confident you are, how secure you are in yourself, and how attractive you are, that you're going to be a bitch, regardless of your gender, whether you're a man or a woman. People just assume that you're not going to be a nice person because you have a lot of accolades or you look good, and people associate beauty with mean girl energy or mean guy energy, and people who are nice with, okay, well, you look like that, of course you'd be nice. It's very superficial and I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But you change things up. I think a lot of people get surprised when they realize how friendly you are, how loving you are, how kind you are, because they're like, whoa, but you're really attractive, and you have this and you have this, but you're very down to earth. You could be the type of person where you fall in love with people who people assume like, oh, you can do better than that person looks wise or financial wise or whatever. But then it's like, well, but that's my man's, or that's my woman. Like, you're just like, but that's who I chose. So you could have a friendship circle where you're all very different to each other. But it's because you don't see a difference. You just see it as like, they're a normal human being just like I am. Why can't we connect? We both have good energy and we resonate with each other. But yeah, you guys are very down to earth. You guys are also very skilled and very talented. A lot of people feel like you have a lot of many talents, even talents you haven't tapped into, but you just don't make use of them. Okay, it could be something as simple as like fashion wise, you could create clothes, but then people are like, oh, where'd you get that from? You're like, oh, I made it. And they're like, I didn't know that. Wait, you make clothes? Or like someone could be listening to a song, or you could listen to a song and someone's like, oh, like the person who sang this is amazing. Who was it? And you're like, me. Or I don't know, I'm just getting like, someone could, I don't know, like maybe like a health example may do, like if someone is struggling with an allergy or needs medication or needs CPR, like you're on it, for example. I'm not saying it has to be that example, but I'm just giving a fake example. People be like, how did you know how to do this? How do you know how to resuscitate that person? How do you know how to save that person? Or how do you know how to heal that person? And you're like, oh, I have a degree in this. It's like you don't brag about your accomplishments. Like you just happen to be very multi-talented, okay? Yeah, but with the star card, you guys have celebrity energy, star-like energy. A lot of people are drawn to you. People either really love you or they're very threatened by you. There's no in between, because people really don't have a reason to dislike you. So the people who do dislike you, they often are just jealous, or they just don't like what they are projecting onto you. Because sometimes people can assume you're one way, but you may not be. Like, for example, people assume that you're not a nice person because of how attractive you are. But then people get shocked to realize you are. This is the type of power that you can turn your haters into lovers. And trust me, I feel like this happened to me. A woman who is literally the same age as me, same birthday as me, same everything as me. And she's East African like me, right? She was hating on one of my photos, and I was just thinking, who does that? And she commented a bunch of things. And I was pregnant at the time, so I was plump, And then instead of being rude back to her, I just said, you know what? Yeah, I'm a watermelon. I love being a watermelon. And that's why I got myself pregnant, Like, watermelon is really attractive, This watermelon is sexy. Like, I just basically just was bantering with it because it was like a troll online. And I shit you not, that woman to this day, she loves me so much. Like, she rides and dies for me. And now she ended up becoming a mother and putting on the same weight that she was calling me a watermelon. And I don't even feel like some type of way about it. I don't even feel like, you deserve it. I kind of feel like, girl, I've been through it. We've been through it. We're both moms, And we have the same birthday. It's so funny. And like, she goes, I'm so glad like the way you handled the trolling, the hating I was giving is really top tier. Like, it made me realize you're someone who doesn't take offense to things. So it made me like you, made me respect you. I actually do feel like you're really pretty, and I was just trying to be a troll. And we've become friends since, like online friends. We've never met up or anything, but she's very supportive, So you guys, people fall in love with your energy because you have star energy. You guys also have a lot of healing energy, and that's your reputation. That when people are around you, they just automatically get a sense that your energy is very high vibrational, and they feel like, yeah, I want more of that. You could get drained easily from people, but people always want to be in your energy. Some of you guys may even get princess treatment. Like, a lot of people may want to go out their way to help you, especially if you're a woman and men want to go out their way to help you. Even other women, they want to go out their way to help you. And it's not even that you are manipulative or you try to make this a thing. Like, people just willingly just want to do this for you because you are who you are. Your energy is magnetic, okay? Some of you guys could be Aquarius, so you stand out. You're very unique. There's something about you that cannot be emulated, and people really love that about you. And we have the world. So yeah, some of you guys, you guys are actually, if you have a platform like me, a lot of people do love you. People do love to watch you. But if you don't, this is just coming from like a little bit of online clout here and there. Not really a platform, but like maybe people that you follow or who follow you from school or work. Maybe if you are in schools, like people in your class, but people really do adore you. They think the world of you. But your reputation is also, because, you know, this is ruled by Sagittarius, you're very well-cultured, well-traveled, okay? You guys may have traveled from many places and you guys know a lot about different cultures, and you're just very well-read and well-versed about the world around you, and just very articulate. For some of you, this is also coming off as distance. So you guys are always supporting others from a distance, but like they feel like their connection with you can sometimes feel a bit distant. It's like it's very genuine, but it can also feel very distant. Maybe because you guys may have far away friends, far away lovers if you're in a long distance. But overall, you come across as very well cultured, very, very well respected. Like you know a lot. For some of you, you could speak more than one language and people really find that cool. They don't expect it, okay? That reminds me of my partner. Like my partner, he speaks his native language and English, but if you saw him, you'd think that he's English. And a lot of English people do talk crap about where he's from, which is Polish. And the way he has to like check them, he's like, well, I'm not English, I'm actually Polish. It kind of like shocks everybody every time, because they're like, whoa, but I thought you, because he doesn't look like where he comes from. But he knows his language and he speaks it often. So he's kind of like, it shocks everyone every single time, right? So you guys could speak another language and the people find that really cool, okay? We do have loyal. So yeah, people, you have a reputation for being loyal. You're a good friend. And if you're in a relationship, you're a good lover. People never ever have to question your loyalty in relationships, in friendships, in family. Like when you're there for people, you ride or die and you want to see them thrive. You always want the best for people, okay? We also have opportunity. So yeah, some of you guys, you're destined for fame. You're destined for the spotlight, success. Even if you want success without fame, you're just destined for success overall. And success can look like anything to anyone. People feel like you're also the plug, like you're good at finding other people opportunities. But do be cautious of this, because you may attract people who want to be around you because they feel like you can give them opportunities, right? But for others of you, this is more of like people just feel like you always get given opportunities because you have this star-like energy, okay? And again, this is not a power where it has to be about fame or platform. You could literally have everything on private and you don't want to be famous, but it's just your energy alone that exudes that. Like you could if you wanted to. I've come across people that I look at them, I'm like, you could have been a model. Like, what are you doing? Make that bag, you know? But they're just like, nah, I just like living a simple life. I just don't want the spotlight, you know? But yeah, that's all I'm getting for Power 3. I'm going to move on to Power 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to become a member on this channel, the link is in the description down below. And thank you so much. Pile 4, 38 minutes and 32 seconds. You guys chose the ladybug and the sweet pea, which is happiness. Okay, we have wise. May you appreciate your knowledge. We have 59, spread the light. 5 is all about change and 9 is all about endings. 5 and 9 together make 14. Do they? Yeah, 14, but it rounds back to 5. So 5 is all about change, okay? Spreading the light. We have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, water sign energy. Then we have 3 of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Mystic Eye, which is clairvoyance, insight, foresight. And then we have money. I'm hearing dollar bills, have you fallen for me the way I love it feels? I don't even know the lyrics. I love the way it feels. We have comic. Okay. So, pile 4. What is your reputation? Well, why did I hear you put people in their place? Some of you could be a teacher. And the reason why I say this is because we have wise and we have karmic. And karmic is all about lessons and learning. And it makes me think of someone teaching someone something. But this could just be you guys are very learned people. You have a reputation for being intelligent, for knowing a lot. Not just about the 3D world, but some of you may be very spiritual and you may be tapped into the 5D world. And you may know a lot about the 5D world or anything spiritual-esque, okay? But yeah, your reputation is how intelligent you are about different sources of information, different topics. Okay, you guys could info dump on people, if you will. Okay, people also know you to be someone who you like peace. We do have happiness. Like you're a very high vibe person. You don't really require much to make you happy. You're a very simple person, and you stay positive in every single circumstance. And that's not to say you don't get sad, but it's like you like peace, you like comfort, you just like to remain happy. Like if you're with friends or family, like you find forgiving them easily because it's just like, well, I just want to be happy. I just don't want to have this grudge. If holding a grudge is only gonna hurt me, I don't want that. Let me just move forward. Like you guys try to be happy people and spread positivity, because we do have to spread the light. And 5 is all about change. So you're that type of person where if someone's going through something, whether it's a breakup or something that comes to an end, you try to change their perspective on the positives about that ending. You're like, you know what? This may have ended, but guess what? At least you now feel like you don't have to have this as a burden, or have that person as a burden, or have that person holding you back. Like you try to flip the alternative into a positive when something has come to an end, okay? And sometimes when something happens, you're like, what is this teaching me, okay? Because you try to spread the light, you try to spread wisdom, positivity, okay? We have the Chariot. So your reputation is also someone who is fast with things. Like as soon as you get the idea to do something, as soon as you have the urge to do something, you go after it. You're very not impulsive, but it's like if you have something important to do, you're just gonna do it. Like you like to be on it. You guys could be that type of person that you just don't like to let, like say for example, this is like the dishes. You don't like to let the dishes pile up. Like if you can wash it, you'd rather just wash it straight away. If you're going up for a group project where you have to present to the class, if you're a student, you may feel like, okay, let's just get this over and done with kind of energy. You're not like, oh, I'm avoiding it, let me just be last. Like you're like, no, I want to whiz through it, okay? You're very fast moving, basically. And this could also be about your ability to learn quickly. Like because of how intelligent you are, you pick up on things really quickly. You guys, because this is ruled by Cancer, it does make me think of water sign energy, and we do have the mystic eye, clairvoyance, insight, foresight. So you guys have a reputation for being very intuitive. You just know things. You guys could literally be even though this says clairvoyance, I feel like I was picking up on more claircognizance because of how intellectual you guys are. Like you guys may just know things about people and you don't know why, you just know. You guys could also be an observer then. Like you could be just observing the room, reading the energy, seeing who you can and can't trust. You're very selective with your energy and very mysterious. And that is your reputation. Like you don't give all your cards, no pun intended, until you feel like you can trust somebody. But you're very much tapped in, psychically gifted, and you're more empathic, okay? You move with your intuition and it works for you. But you're someone who a lot of people do learn a lot of lessons from. You could be people's karma, like good or bad. Like if someone has dealt with a lot of people harming them, breaking their heart, disappointing them, you're people's good karma to learn that you can trust good people. Good people still exist even if you have encountered bad people. But you could also be people's bad karma, where someone has done a lot of horrible things to other people and then you come into their life and you force them to be held accountable for their stuff, okay? But we do have the 3 of Pentacles, so people do see you as someone who, some people think that you're better than them. They feel like low-key, like intimidated. They feel like you are someone who holds better skill set and things, and you hold yourself to a certain standard. I was about to say degree. I think it's also your intellect. People just assume like, oh, you think you're better than me because you're smart. And some people may try and make you feel dumb. Like you may say words and they may try and correct you, or they may try, oh, did you mean that? Like, you know, but you're very intelligent. So don't allow anyone to make you feel that way, okay? But you're very much founded and rooted and stable. But with this 3 of Pentacles, this is coming off as like also like very like, yeah, I think that's basically what I was trying to say. You're very stable, very supportive, a good friend, okay? But you're also about that money, okay? You guys are that type of people in the workplace where you get on and you do your work and then you go home, you clock out. You're not here to have lots of conversations, make lots of friends. Like you're here for the bag and the bag only. And you're good at whatever you do for work, you're good at it. And if you don't have a job, then you're very skilled in many other ways. And you need to put those skills to use. Okay? But yeah, you try your best to remain positive, even in circumstances that aren't positive. I'm hearing, oh, well. That reminds me of my best friend. She says that a lot. Oh, well. Even when something is really catastrophic, she'll be like, oh, well. But yeah, you guys, you're getting good at letting things go. Like you're able to detach, okay? Maybe because you're in touch with your higher self. But that's the energy I'm getting. Very spiritual vibes. Okay, I'm going to move on to pile 5. I better hurry up because low key, I'm feeling exhausted and I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one there. Pile 5. 45, 21. You guys chose the coyote and the datura, which is deceit. We have shadow. May what is hidden come to light. Ooh. We have miracle. May a miracle come to you. Okay. Trigger warning. We have 25. Feel the well. Some of you guys could be 25 or 52. You don't have to be. But 2 is a number of partnerships and alignment, and 5 is a number of change. Add 2 and 5 together, you get 7, which is all about learning. Okay, we have feel the well. You guys could be learning a lot about your relationships with people, with friends, with family, with lovers. Okay, you're making changes and you're moving towards it. I'm also getting for some of you, if you're in talking stages or you're in connections with no titles, but you're getting to know people, you're dating around, you could be learning how to play the game. And like, okay, let me learn about this. Let me continue with this connection, but then do this and pull this kind of card, okay? So for some of you at least. We do have the Ace of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have the Fool card, which is Aries energy, fire energy. And then we have Inner Day. And we have Ego. Oh, yeah. I was getting that. I can't lie. This may not resonate with you, though. If it does, then cool. But if it doesn't, choose another pile. Trigger warning, pile 5. Okay, we have Thunderbolt, sudden change, power, energy. Okay. Pile 5, you have a reputation for being a extrovert. Like a lot of people find you extroverted, even if you feel like I'm not, you are being seen that way. I'm not saying you are, but then again, this is reputation. It may not be accurate. But people think you are an extrovert. People feel like you low-key could have ADHD energy, whereby with the Ace of Wands, like you're very like energetic, socialite, creative, impatient and impulsive with the Inner Day. You guys could be the type of people that like if someone, okay, you guys could be the type of people that you text people back like very quickly, like, especially the people you like. You text them really quickly, and when they don't text you back, you get offended because you know this is all this energy of like, I'm impulsive, I'm gonna think the worst, like if you don't do this then I'm assuming this. Is that kind of energy. This reminds me of someone, and that someone, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, for the rest of you, yeah, your reputation is that you're very impulsive, you're very impatient, very creative though, and very energetic and a socialite, extroverted. People feel like you move to the beat of your own drum with the Fool card. You kind of take life as it comes. You kind of move through life as it is. You go towards what you enjoy. Some people may feel like you may be, again, someone who doesn't think about the consequences of your actions, but that's just for some of you, okay? But with sudden change, power, energy, yeah, you're just someone who has a lot of energy. If you guys dance, then yeah, this is coming through. Like you guys have a lot of, talents to your belt. But with this feel the well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting, some people may see you as someone who you know how to play the game when it comes to this dating world. Like even if it means like, okay, I'm gonna make this move, I'm gonna do this thing because this is how I want to move. Okay, you're learning about your friendships and your relationships, and it's making you feel like I'm gonna move a certain way. I'm not gonna give up on love, but I'm gonna move a certain way. Okay, but this outside of relationships and friendships, this card symbolizes with the feel the well is that you're very persistent. When it comes to the things you want, you don't give up on it. You just change your strategy. And people really do like that quality about you, pile 5. We do have a miracle. So people do feel like you are a miracle. Okay. Or you're very lucky. Good things really do happen to you out of the blue. Even if you feel like they don't, people would feel like they do. They feel like if they were in your position, they would relish a lot more of this energy than you're making use of it. Some people feel like you're very blessed in general, but you just don't realize it. Not that you're not grateful, but people just think that you're unaware of your blessings. Okay, we do have shadow. This was triggering, so trigger warning. It may not resonate for everyone, so just take what resonates. People think that you have a really bad dark side. I mean, we all have a shadow side, but people feel like you hide a lot of deep seated issues. Like people feel like you present yourself to be calm, cool, collected, but you are a nutcase, or you have mental health issues that are very like prominent to the point where people wonder like, whoa, like how do you keep that under wraps? I'm getting people who feel this way about your close friends, maybe lovers. They've seen sides to you that they didn't know existed before they've seen that side to you. People may feel like, oh wow, even the card did a flip. Yeah, people may feel like you hide a lot of secrets. Okay, well, not even secrets, but it just may be parts of your personality that maybe you would feel ashamed of, okay? But we all have things about ourselves that we would feel ashamed of, okay? But we have deceit. Yeah, people feel like you put on a mask. Like you present yourself to be one way, but you're actually another way, and people may find this a bit manipulative. I don't think it is though. But yeah, I heard catastrophic. Oh wow. Okay, people may feel like you're very catastrophic and very impulsive, and you just act on emotion and passion and fiery energy, and then it just randomly goes out, and then you're back to being normal. I heard double-edged sword. I don't know what that's referring to. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. Like maybe when it comes to people, you feel like, okay, well, if people are going to treat me this way, then maybe I need to move like this. But then the this that you're moving like is so inauthentic to who you are. It's kind of like when I look at dating coaches, this content, they're like, okay, you got to act like this in order to make that person feel like this. But then it may not be in your sort of like vibe to act that way. People sense that. False persona. Yeah, people feel like you're definitely masking. And if you do have ADHD or you're neurotypical in some sort of way or you're autistic, people see you as someone who masks a lot. You may pretend to be happy even if you're not. You may pretend to be positive even if you're not. You may have really deep-seated issues to work through, like most of us do anyway. And it may be a struggle for you every day. I'm getting really, really exhausted. Like I'm feeling like a dark sort of like vibe. Like I'm being covered with darkness. So yeah, some people feel like you may pretend to be happy, but then parts of you that are not happy. Yeah, and we have ego here. I didn't even see this. Yeah, people feel like you do operate more on your ego, more on your shadow side, as opposed to being more vulnerable and more in depth and more true to your higher self. It's not a bad thing to be in your ego, but it just doesn't always serve you, you know? I heard pushy. Okay, some of you may be a little bit pushy. That's your reputation. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. Sorry, like I'm just seeing like energy that's randomly just sucked me out of this. I don't know why. Maybe people feel like you have a lot of energy and then they try and dim that energy with their energy and you're like, "Oh, no, now I feel drained." You may get drained by people easily, okay? Because you have a lot of energy. But that's what I'm getting for pile number 5. I'm going to move on to the last pile before I fall asleep. I'm getting narcoleptic. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Okay, we have pile 6, 5246. You guys chose the skunk and the magnolia, which is protection. We have dream. May your imagination run free. We have 52. You don't have to be 52 or 25. You could be though. But 5 is all about change and 2 is all about partnership. And 2 plus 5 equals 7, which is learning. And we have seek an expert. That mushroom. Makes you think that some of you guys could be Pisces. You don't have to be. But that mushroom reminds me of someone who's tripping. Like they're on a trip due to the drugs that they've taken. Especially with this dream. Some people may feel like your head is in the clouds and you're kind of like high. If you guys experiment with drugs, then that makes sense. Okay? But if you don't, just disregard that. We have the Sun card. Okay, Leo energy, fire energy. Then we have more fire energy with the 4 of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we have the truth. Then we have gratitude. Then we have the celestial gate, which is opportunities, new horizons. Okay. Pile 6, you have a reputation for protecting your peace. We do have protection. Okay, people feel like you protect your peace. You are not going to go out of your way to do something if it disturbs your peace, even if it means being lonely, even if it means not having friends, even if it means just not being in a relationship, even if it means staying indoors. You're going to protect your peace, okay? You have a reputation also for being a homebody. With this 4 of Wands, it's like, I'd rather stay home. Like, if I don't need to go out, why do I go out? When we could just stay home. We could just enjoy home time. I love that. You only go out if there's opportunities, because we do have the celestial gate, opportunities, new horizons. If it's something that benefits you long-term, abundantly, pile 6, you're gonna go out. But if it doesn't, you're gonna stay in. Okay, if it ain't money, then wrong number. Okay, that's the energy I'm getting. You protect your peace. Some of you could be single for a very long time because you were trying to protect your peace. It's like you don't mind love as long as it's not going to ruin your peace, because you've already found peace. Some people are looking for peace in others, but you have already found it, and you will not tolerate someone who's destroying yours. Okay. You have a reputation for being very, very ambitious. But again, also the other message I said earlier, if you do drugs, people feel like you're always in a daze. But majority of you, this is ambition, okay? You may have big hopes, big dreams for the future, and you're not afraid to chase them. You may be a very positive-minded person with the Sun card, very vibrant, very grounded, very stable, very reliable, very honest. Okay, truth. It makes me think you guys are being seen as very authentic. Like what you see is what you get. You're not out here trying to create some fake persona. You're not here trying to be something you're not. What people see is what people get, okay? You may also come off as someone who's very grateful for the things you have in life. You're able to see the blessings in your life and be grateful for it. And that's why you probably are a very happy, high vibrational person, because you don't think about what you lack. You think about all the things you have and what things you could add to it, as opposed to what you don't have and how and why you would just lament over that, okay? People feel like you do seek counseling. We do have seek an expert, and that could be like some of you, people feel like you go to therapy or you try and seek an expert when it comes to things that you don't understand. You're never afraid to admit that you don't understand something. You're not afraid to make changes to yourself in order to better your relationship with others. You're learning more about other people and how to operate in this world. Some of you, it could be so draining being that way. People also see you as this expert. So when they need an expert, they're going to come to you for advice. But with you, you go to expert advice. You don't just vent to anyone about things. You vent to people that have an answer for your problems. So even if you're a woman, you may carry masculine energy where it's like logical. It's like, I'm not going to tell people my problems just for the sake of telling them my problems. I'm going to tell them with the hopes that they will find me a solution, okay? But yeah, you go as far to protect your peace. That's what I'm getting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm low-key falling asleep and I don't know why. I haven't done anything yet to make me feel that way. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end it here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join this channel, then feel free to join it. And that's all I got. Bye.